This is an illustrated guide to replacing your table tennis rubber and sealing your table tennis blade. So why replace the rubber? Replacing the rubber will let you use a rubber that matches your play style. Old rubbers can also be inconsistent in power and spin. Step 1. Select a corner to start peeling from. It is recommended to start peeling from the indicated corners. The two corners are easy to access and will lower the chance of the rubber tearing. Peeling from these corners will also lower the chances of damaging the wood. Step 2. Start peeling the rubber from the blade, but take your time. Going too fast could cause splintering or damage to the wood. It is also recommended to peel with the grain of the wood. Step 3. Make sure all the old glue and rubber is removed. This will give us a clean and even surface to glue the new rubber to. Step 4 is optional. Aside from hitting your racket against the table or other objects, water or moisture can damage the wood by causing it to break down. Water-based glue used to glue the rubber and sweat from your hands are the main sources of water. It is recommended to seal the blade face to protect the blade from the glue. This will also make it easier to remove the rubber in the future. But don't apply too much. One layer of lacquer is enough. Too much lacquer will make it harder for the new rubber to stick to the blade. Something important to consider is that sealing the handle may cause the handle to be sticky if you have sweatier hands. Sealing the handle is completely up to you. Let the lacquer dry before moving to the next step. Step 5. Apply 3 lines of glue and spread it evenly over the glue area. You want to work somewhat fast here, because water-based glues dry quickly. Once you have spread the glue, the surface will look a little white from the glue. Let it dry for a few minutes. The glue will dry out clear. You can start step 6 while you are waiting for the glue on the blade to dry. For step 6, we will apply 3 lines of glue again and spread it evenly on the sponge of the rubber. Again, spread the glue quickly because you don't want it to dry while you are still working with it. Let the glue dry for a few minutes. Once the blade and the sponge are dry, you can then proceed to step 7. Step 7 is where it can get tricky. In step 7 we will align the rubber and blade and prepare to attach the two together. Carefully align the rubber to the blade, make sure not to drop the rubber because they will instantly stick together. I recommend carefully aligning the bottom edge of the rubber to the flat edge of the handle as shown in the image, and use one hand to keep the rubber tilted up. Once the rubber and the handle is aligned, using one hand, continue to hold the rubber up. Use your other hand and preferably a cylindrical object. Slowly roll the rubber onto the blade. If you do not have a cylindrical item handy, you can also use your forearm. The goal here is to roll on the rubber slowly to avoid trapping any air bubbles between the rubber and the blade. Step 9. Once the rubber has been pressed onto the blade, we can start to cut the rubber. Use a sharp scissor and work your way around the racket. Go slowly and use smooth cutting motion to get a cleaner cut. Congratulations! One side is now complete. Just repeat the steps for the other side. Put some books on it for a few hours to keep it all together. Apply some edge tape, and you are ready to start playing.